been a long while. You see, Nigeria has gone through a lot of things. So sad that in Nigeria we have experienced a lot within these past few days, from the suspension of a distinguished senator for 6 months, which contradicts, you know, part of the constitution and the orders of the Senate, to, unconstitutional declaration of um, state of emergency in Rivers State, leading to the suspension of a sitting governor, and, you know, as well as, you know, imposing a sole administrator to see or oversee the affairs of the state. I am very much disheartened that what started up as a mere change of seats escalated to what it is we all know today. How will I ever forget issues surrounding the plights of a ordinary, copper who came out blithely to speak the minds of 99.9% of Nigerians who are experiencing hardship in this unfair economy. I always think, how does the 1% of the 1% always feel they have that power to oversee the affairs of people, even though they know that they are just 1% of the 1%? I am particularly dismayed about all these things, and it has really bugged my school of thought. It has really bugged the way I see things. It has really bugged a lot that I've thought about. How will I even forget the issues that transpired yesterday, specifically issues surrounding the hot blow-off between the former Minister of Education and a sitting senator who calls himself distinguished? Well, I do hope the Senate Committee on Ethics saw that, and I do hope they have analyzed the situation. I do hope they have done something or will do something concerning that, because if you compare the situation between the sitting governor, the sitting senator, that of Natasha, and that of what transpired yesterday between the former Minister of Education, you get to understand that there are two distinct things, and you get to understand that Nigeria is a dead country. And I want to say this again, it's like that copper who voiced her dismay over issues surrounding Nigeria did not really sound it right. We have a terrible president. We have a terrible president. It is important that the whole world know that Nigeria has the worst president that has ever lived in the history of Nigeria. It is important that the whole world know that Nigeria is a ticking time bomb, and this is what Nigerians are facing. So, I don't know, but this is something that we expect the international community to analyze from their own point of view, to look at from their own point of view what is truly happening to Nigeria. The other day I came across a video of the son of the president reiterating or stressing that his father is the best president in the history of Nigeria. Well, I think I agree with him, but I'll tell you why. Why I felt he's right is because, of course, his father. That's his father. And what does a father do? A father takes care of his child, right? So he has got everything covered for himself, of course. So the father is the best president and father to him. But to the whole of Nigerians, the father, or most Nigerians, let me say, the father is the worst president that ever lived. Somebody said, how can I be missing my former president? How can I be missing the just immediate past president who had a terrible tenure as well? But we get to understand that even the past terrible president had it better. And we have a rubber stamp legislature that they don't quite reflect on whatever the president do. They just go ahead and give him approvals. So I don't know, Nigerians, the whole world, you're looking at this. A lot has happened within the empty space that have not been in online community. Thank you. That was quick. Thank you very much. Yeah, where was I? So a lot has happened, right? For this period that I have been absent from the online space, and it is really overwhelming that we cannot really, nobody can really speak up to this government. And the hero, the copper who is a heroine, who spoke out, the same people experiencing the same level of problems she was also facing, started dragging her around. You can see the foolishness. I think Nigerians are now high on Stockholm syndrome. That's the way I see it, Stockholm syndrome. What seems to be bad is now acceptable into their DNA. It has now metamorphosed into something they now see as good. And nobody's ready to be sensitized. Nobody's ready to change the norm, to break the norm, to break the usual, so that Nigeria becomes a better country. For crying out loud, we are the most largest African country in the world in terms of population. But it baffles me why Nigerians cannot speak up, except for few. Imagine having 100 persons like Maya or Raya, if I got her name right. Imagine having youths protesting day in, day out, holding legislators and other government officials accountable to their role in terms of governance. Nigeria would be a better place. So, will I get witch turned for this? Yeah, of course. Of course I will. But for those who listen to me briefly, wherever this video goes, whoever sees or come across this video in the whole world or around the world, never you forget that this is the problem Nigerians are facing. Never you forget that Nigeria is no longer that country that people tend to see as a country with dignity. Never you forget that Nigeria is now being ridden by dictatorship, even though it is on paper and official at the world level that we're practicing democracy. This is not democracy. This is dictatorship at the highest level. So do let me know what you think. Do let me know your thoughts and reflection. I'm seeing comments, but I barely understand some of these comments. Whatever it tends to be, do know that Nigerians are suffering. Thank you.